Afternoon board game geeks, this is Dottie from NerdOD, their resident board game guru, bringing you another review. Today we are pushing our luck with Quacks of Quedlinburg. It's an amazing game. That's all I can say. That's it, review done. This is a 2 to 4 playing game. 5 if you've got the recent expansion that came out this year, if memory serves me right. But I'll cover that briefly later on. So, 2 to 4 players. It's push your luck. Simple as. I'm knocking the camera constantly here. So every player is going to start off with a cauldron, a rat tail, the relevant colours, a potion, the same ingredients: spider venom, pumpkins, cherry bombs. Cherry bombs are bad. They're going to take all these ingredients, put them in this lovely little bag right here. Shake the bag. And then when everyone's ready, you count down 3, 2, 1. And then everyone starts drawing. You draw your ingredients like so. Well, imagine there's a bag. And you place them on the board with the relevant number. So number 1 will go there. Number 2, 1, 2. And so on, so forth around the bag. 1, 2, 3. And then your class as being on the space next to, adjacent to where you'll last put your token. The relevance of that is this is where you're going to score your main points. So the bigger number is the money you're going to have to spend in the market. The little point marker number, that's points basically, in the scroll is points. And then if you are next to one of these squares, you are going to get yourself a lovely little ruby, which are wicked for potion replenishment, pushing your water level up, and various other things. Simple as. So that's what you do every turn. You're going to throw ingredients in the bag and pull them out randomly without looking in the bag, without trying to count how many ingredients you've got left, so you can try and math hammer it and see if it's reasonable to push your luck. But most of the time the answer is yes. Simple as. So, say for instance we end on next to number 7. We have 7 coins worth of cash which we need to spend. There's no keepsies on this. So you go to the market, and I'm going to show you one of the tiles from set 1. This is spider venom. So with 7 points, I can buy another spider venom, and it has an ability for each green chip that is the last or next to last chip in your pot, you receive a ruby. So if you get 2 spiders at the end of your run, you're going to get 2 rubies straight off of that, just because of that ability from that ingredient. That's for set 1. And different sets will give you different rules. So even though in set 1 you could have an amazing combination, when it hits set 2, if you try and stick to that combination, it's not going to work because all the ingredients will do different things, which makes for a huge amount of replayability. There was a friend who did it completely random, and then read the rules properly and went, that's why I'm losing. But if you follow the quick, easy setup, it's quite easy to see. At the bottom, you've got little bookmarks. There's 1 on that one, 2 on that one. And as you can see already, that one has a different rule set already, which is great. So, yeah, go in the market. You can't visit the same marketplace twice. So I can't go to the guy selling the spider venom and buy 2 lots of spiders. I can buy 1 from him and then go somewhere else and say the mandrakes have just come into play. I can pick up a mandrake as well and be like, ooh, that's going to cost me 8. But it allows me to remove remove the cherry bombs from the board and put them back in my bag, which is good. Cherry bombs are bad, as I said before, and I will explain why. If you were to draw your cherry bombs, at the minute I have 5. If I were to continue, I'm okay for now. Because I can only draw at highest another 2, which will put me on 7. Any more than 7, my potion, the potion I'm trying to create explodes. I can use my potion to nullify it, which allows me to put that last cherry bomb back into the bag, and then I can decide if I want to draw again or not. Most of the time, I tend to not, because I've only won this game once. My drawing abilities are absolutely terrible in this game, which is very straightforward. But as every round, you're going to go and go to the market, and you're going to increase and dilute the number of cherry bombs that you have in your bag. Also, every turn, you're going to have the fortune teller. And there's 2 card types of this. There's instant effects, and there's when it becomes viable to use the card. For instance, this one is an immediate effect, where you choose to move your droplet 2 spaces forward or take a purple chip. Now, purple chip tends to be the same, or well, it does vary a bit. I keep knocking the camera, but the droplet movement allows you to move your base droplet 2, and then you're going to start your potion creation from there, which means everything will move up 2, 3, 1, and you're going to start from there, which is great. It gives you the advantage. Then, as a win effect, any player who gets to roll the dice rolls it twice. Right. So at the end of a round, once you've decided everyone's stopped, you're going to score your money value, your points, which go to the board, and I'll cover the board in a minute. And then you get to roll this little doohickey here. This little dice has various symbols on it. So 1 victory point, 2 victory points, 1 victory point, gain a pumpkin, move your water drop once, which is brilliant, and gain a ruby. Rubies are great. Rubies allow you to reset your potions. They allow you to spend, that costs 2 to reset your potion. It costs you 2 to move your droplets 1 round, and towards the end, they're worth points as well. Now, scoring. You're going to be moving around the board, left, right, centre. The candles up top represent the round turns. So that's it, round 1, round 2. As you hit round 2, mandrakes are unlocked. As you hit 3, screaming pink worms are unlocked. Round 6, you get another cherry bomb in the bag, because why not? And at the end of round 9, you score, and it tells you what you can sacrifice for more points. And then you got the score tracker. So you're going to be working your way around this board, hopefully trying to get a head start, but you don't want too much of a head start on your opponent, because your opponent will start cheating and using rat's tails as an ingredient to increase the water level of the cauldron. So basically, say your opponent's on 8 and you're on 4, you count the number of rat's tails in between you two, which is 2. Put that down, and you take your rat tails, and 2. I'll put my rat tail droplet there, and that is where I'm going to start my drop for this turn. Rat tails always get used up and reset, because points are always going to be changing left, right, and centre, which is good and bad, because you don't want your opponent to get too far ahead, and they don't want to give you too many rat's tails to give you an advantage in the game. I think I've covered most of it. Oh yes, so if I haven't mentioned, no looking in the bag, it does become a pretty much math hammer game. You're trying to work out what you've got on the board compared to what potentially is left in your bag. For me, my memory is a bit muddled at the minute, and I do get confused, but when it comes to board games like this, I do remember what I've put in my bag, and I do take stupid chances, which is the whole point of the game. I'll say I've only beat this game once, and yeah, it was fun. Just to show you, quickly show you. So whereas this Mandrake is from book set 1, because the bookmark lets you take a cherry bomb, put it back in your bag. That has been previously placed before this one. If you go to bookmark 2, I think everything's the same price. Oh no, everything goes in more. It allows, when after the Mandrake is placed, you get to move twice as much as the number indicates from the token placed, which is grand. Yeah. So anyway, so it does allow you to do a lot of replayability. If you want to do random, you can do. You just flip the tokens or flip a coin for each one. Not many of them do change. Like pumpkins don't change, unless you got the Herb Witches expansion, which introduced a 6 pumpkin instead of just a 1, which is brilliant. And there's various combinations depending on which book set you're using. Let me quickly clear this, because the board that you see before you is the beginners, which should show you everything. Get the way version. But if you flip it over, and this is the way I managed to win last time, same sort of cauldron. So you go the other way. At the bottom, when you get to increase your droplet, you can actually move your token along this as well. Instead, not as well. So instead of increasing your water level, you're increasing the bonuses you get. So rubies, you gain ingredients, victory points, and as you go on, the ingredients get better, the points get better, and I found doing that was a lot easier, simpler, and give me a major advantage against my opponents, which was grand. The Witches expansion introduces, obviously, witches. It gives a few new ingredients, which you can see over there, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can have a look at the expansion yourselves. It is worth it. It has a 5th place the game. It gives you a fair few more tokens, because you would run out in a 5-player game with just the standard tokens you've got. I say it gives you pumpkins of different values, well, 1 and 6, which 6s are quite expensive. The witches you can only visit once. You'll have 1 coin for each witch, and you'll spend it, so I think that's right, or you'll have 1 coin. I have to read the rule, I can't remember. You go see a witch, it does something, straight up. The only thing it didn't give was more cards for the from the expansion for the fortune teller. You'll find that after a fair few games, you're gonna have similar cards coming up, combinations, effects, and I think that's the bit that kind of makes it a bit stagnant, and you're kind of waiting for the good cards to come out so you can do a better combo. I would have liked to see a few more cards. You can't really influence what your opponent's doing, which I kind of like. It is a push your luck sort of game, so you're kind of bluffing each other, which is very enjoyable, because some people are very cautious and some people are just like, whatever, I'll just risk it for a biscuit. This is a game that I never really got involved in push your luck sort of games, because my luck is terrible most of the time. But I've enjoyed this one. Diamond, I think I played that one. Really enjoyed that one. So I'm thinking push your luck games are going to be showing up more in my collection. This one, I I would recommend. I suggest you dive in. If someone's got a copy of it that you know, give it a go and see what you think. It is fun. It's very easy to pick up. The rules are very straightforward. Yeah, it's a straight up and go. Main game plus an expansion. I think you're looking at most £50 from most stores. I got mine from thirstymeeples.co.uk, and they were very, very cheap. So I think it was just under £50 with them. But they do have a deal on. Spend £70, you get free delivery, which is amazing. But yes, this is a game I would recommend. I doubt I'm going to get bored of it. Let me slide this up front, camera over. The shelf life of this one is... It's not going to be in the shelf that much. It'll be more on the table than it'll be on the shelf. If new people want to play a game, I think this is the one I'd introduce them to first. Just because it's light-hearted, it's fun. It is somewhat competitive, but in a very fun way. Not the anger, I want to destroy your family like Monopoly brings you, or Risk. So yeah, it is a definite purchase. Get it. Get the expansion. Go all in. If you're unsure, try and find someone with a copy of the game. Play it. I guarantee majority of you will like it. If push your luck is your sort of thing and taking a chance, then yes, this is definitely a game for you. I think that's it. That covers everything. So yeah, I will see you on the next episode, next review. If you want to see something, give me a shout. The board games I'm reviewing are going to get bigger, meatier and tastier. I've kind of done all the quick little ones, and now I'm starting to push towards the big, hefty ones. As I said in previous videos, there are Kickstarters on the way, which I'm going to do an unboxing and then a review, and live game streams hopefully pretty soon. Touch wood. Let's get my life sorted first, and then I'll worry about all that sort of stuff. And let me try and get my work sorted. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. Have fun. I'll catch you in the next episode. Try.